Skill and writing a formal letter. Okay, what is a formal letter? How to write a formal letter, and what are the steps to have a very good formal letter? This is what we are going to see, inshallah, in this lesson. Good. Now, what is first a formal letter? A formal letter is a letter that is written to first to people we don't know, like a president or like a director or something like that, or to companies to complain about a matter. Okay, when you have a problem and you want to write to someone or office, sorry, and you want to complain about this problem, or to apply for a job, to write to the administration, writing about or asking for a job. Good. Now, this is a sample of a letter. Okay? So this is a form of a letter. As you see, it is completely different from informal letter or personal letter that we write to friends and we write to relatives. Good. Now, look at these things. Here, in the very top, we have the hidden address. What does mean the hidden address? We are going to see this. The inside address, salutation, and the body. Okay? Closing and signature. Okay? Good. Now we are going to see each element alone and what does it mean. Good. Now the hidden address, it means your address. You want to write a letter. So this is the part in which you write your address, and also you write the dates, the full dates. Okay, the day, month, and the year. Good. Look at this. This one. Here we have 1, 2, 3 American Avenue. If we go back here, so this is what we have. Okay. We move to the second one, which is inside address. This is the address of the person you want to address, or the company you want to address, or the area you want to address. Okay, you write the name, the full name, and the address. Good. And then we have something called salutation or greeting. Now, in personal letter, you write just their friend, their Ami, their Ahmed, etc., etc. But here, the salutation should be official and formal. There, sir, or madam, Mr., Mrs., or Miss. Okay? For example, what we have in the example, we have Mr. or their Mr. Green. Good. Now, the next one, which is the most, I can say the most important one, is the body. What is the body? In this body, we have to state clearly the purpose. Why are you writing this letter? Okay? Now, you put the elements, the right things, clear sentences, clear ideas of what you want to have. Good. And then we have this closing. It is expression to thank a person or to thank that the one you are addressing. Okay. The last one is the signature. What is signature? It's a sign. You sign, and you write your name under the sign. Okay? Good. Now, we are going to need some useful expressions or sentences for each part of the formal. You still remember when we want, for example, to apply for a job, we have some expressions. For example, uh, in reply to your advertisements in etc etc, I'd like to apply for this job etc, I wish to be accepted. So we have different and many expressions for this. Is it clear? So we move to, if we have any inquiries, so we have expressions like I'm interested to learn more about, I wish, I would be most grateful if you could supply me, for example, with this and this. I'd like to get a description, do you supply, etc. Does it include, so here you are asking about some information, you want more information about something, or you are just asking for clarification for a matter. Good. Another subject why we write a formal letter is to complain or for a complaint. I wish to draw your attention to etc. when you have a problem with industry in your neighborhood and you want to write something, a formal letter to the municipality about this problem, so you write it formally like this. I am afraid to tell you that, but it is, we know the complaining expressions. Good. Now we are going to work on an example, and we choose to write about a formal letter to an editorial magazine called Sabah, and we choose to write about school dropping out. What does mean school dropping out? Is leaving school after finishing schooling. For some students, they leave school before they get their bac or they get their university degrees. Good. So look, this is how we work to write. As I told you, the example, a letter to the editor of newspaper about school dropping out, leaving school early. Now, in the brainstorming, we have this semantic map in which we choose to talk about causes and talk about effects, results. Good. Now, for causes, we have poverty. Now, many students cannot finish their schooling. Why? Because they don't have enough money to cater for schooling, especially if the family has got lots of members. Yes, lack of transport, and this problem we find is in the countryside. Schools are very far from home. And parents' problems. Sometimes we have divorce. Okay. A family, the wife is in one place, the father is in one place, and children are separate. They don't know with whom to live, and this is another problem, of course. And sometimes, and this is related to poverty, parents need someone to help. Okay, and this is what we notice, especially again in the countryside. Yes. Now, these causes, of course, have got what? Effects. And this effect is first drug addiction, or we can call it delinquency. Drug or alcohol or crime, etc. So this leads to delinquency. Unemployment. So when we have lots of students or ex-students without work and they are in the streets, filling the streets, they will never have a work or have a very good job. Yes? And then street children, okay? Now, let's work on this and have a letter. I recapitulate again. What we need are these 6 elements: heading, address, date, inside address, salutation, introduction. In the introduction we have, or the body, so the introduction, it means introduction and conclusion. Here we are talking about the body. In the introduction we put the causes and effects, and then we conclude with the sentence, and then we have closing and signature. Okay, let's work on this. Good. Now for number 1, it means the hidden address. Ilyas Moussaoui, so it's me. Okay, you are writing a letter, so you write your name, Ilyas Moussaoui, and you write the streets, okay, street and neighborhood, and also the city, and the date, when exactly. So here we have September the 12th, 2016. Okay. Then the inside address, so we choose here to talk about Sabah newspaper, and you write the address in Rabat. Their editor, look here, we don't have their Mr. or their, because we don't know, maybe we don't know the name, so their editor, and then we present the problem. We divided it into 2. As you see, here we have the causes. After stating the causes, we state the effects or the results. And here we have a very small conclusion. We conclude with it. Okay? Yours sincerely, this is so thank you, and your sign. Okay? And that's it. Thank you very much for your attention.